Hey guys, welcome back to Trading Analytics. I am Trade Runner, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at another stock that we believe that everyone should add to the long-term hold portfolio, and that stock is PayPal. But before we get into that, you guys know the drill. If you haven't already, hit that red subscribe button and click the notification bell if you enjoy this type of content. It really helps the channel out. Let's get to the video. Now, for those of you who may not know, PayPal is a multinational financial services company that specializes in online money transfers and is kind of risen to prominence as an alternative to cash and other systems, cash and other credit-based systems when purchasing products online or via a company or for a product or service. So the company was founded in part by Peter Thiel and Elon Musk when their two companies, X.com and Confinity, merged together in 1999, and has blown up to be this conglomerate that we see in the e-commerce marketplace today. So it's a very, very prominent company and has all the makings to continue to grow with all the factors that have been playing into its wheelhouse over the last few years. And I want to take a look at some of the financials of the company as well as what other additional external factors would make this so attractive to an investor to hold long term. Now, starting with the market cap, you see the market cap of PayPal is just under $100 billion, putting it as one of the top 112 companies in the world in terms of pure capitalization. So the value of that company is very, very, very high. It's one of the largest companies in the world and has all the makings to continue to grow. Now, this market cap represents a decrease from its peak in the middle of 2021, while the world as a whole was in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, and e-commerce and online spending was up significantly. But the fact that even with that decrease in revenue, that PayPal still has a market cap of over or almost $100 billion just shows that the amount of growth potential that this company has, and the fact that it's relatively stable. Even with that massive drop off from 2021 until now, it's still one of the top 112 companies in the world. And guys, there's a lot of companies in the world. So that is an extreme feat to have. And it's something that you should take pride in as an investor going forward, because the company has shown a level of strength that it's not going to go anywhere overnight. Now, looking at the balance sheet of PayPal, you can see that the total cash and short-term assets on hand is $9.31 billion, which represents a 16.84% increase versus last year, as well as $4.6 billion in cash, which represents an 11.96% increase over the previous year as well. Bad debt that the company holds is about $455 million, which goes to show that in the event of something happening, it has enough cash and short-term assets on hand if it needed to liquidate to pay off those debts. Looking at the total current assets, though, you see that total assets, including the value of the company, is $55.25 billion. Now, keep that number in mind, $55.25 billion, because it'll be very important when we look at the liabilities of the company. But this goes to show that PayPal, like I mentioned, has a lot of liquidity should it need to excise its debts and make those payments very, very quickly. Looking at the total assets of PayPal, you see it's $77.81 billion, which represents a total growth of 2.64% versus the previous year. But this is what I wanted to look at here. Now, look at the income tax payable, $596 million, and the current liabilities. The total current liabilities the company has is $45.1 billion. Now, remember, it had $55 billion in assets, not counting, that's just short-term and cash assets. Now, total assets it had was over $70 billion. So if something were to happen to the company and PayPal needed to pay off all of its debt to remain operational, there is enough assets in terms of cash and intangible assets as well that the company can liquidate and remain operational without need to file for bankruptcy or anything like that. So that's something investors look for in a stock that they hold, especially for long-term stocks, because that means that their money is relatively safe, or as safe as it could be in the investment marketplace, because the company has such a strong financial backing. Now, taking a look at the PE ratio of PayPal, you see that it currently sits at a PE ratio of 30.27. So for those of you who may not know, a PE ratio over 30 is considered an above average PE ratio. And what that represents is that the company has a high price to earnings per share ratio. So the return that an investor will see relative to his investment within the company is a lot higher than most companies that one would be able to purchase in the marketplace today. So that's very exciting that PayPal has such a high PE ratio, because that goes to show that investors are still investing and that they don't see a reason why they would pull out because the company has shown to be profitable in this sense. Now, one thing to remember with PayPal as you invest within company long term is its stature within the e-commerce world. PayPal is one of the largest e-commerce companies in the entire global marketplace. And with the way retail and traditional spending and buying as a consumer is going, I see no reason for it not to continue to grow and expand. Now, as mentioned before earlier in this video, we talked about how PayPal saw a little bit of a decline after the coronavirus pandemic of 2020 and 2021 kind of fears went down a little bit, and more people went to the traditional brick and mortar route. The issue is not the issue. The benefit with PayPal in the long run is that as companies grow and develop, they saw that as a as an opportunity for them to kind of develop their own online e-commerce brands, and furthering that end of the marketplace just allows PayPal to kind of continue to grow and become the monster that it is. And it's very exciting because as more and more people make purchases online, as you see with Amazon, PayPal could explode in the next few years. So it's very exciting as an investor. It's very exciting as a consumer because, a lot of people don't like to go and be stuck with the hassle of shopping in a brick and mortar location. But as PayPal continues to innovate and grow and change and develop, that as a long-term holder of this stock, we believe that it's going to pay dividends, no pun intended, and then some because of the explosive growth within the e-commerce market space. Our hope here is that PayPal provides a huge ROI to the point where it's able to join our Hall of Fame plaque of previous trades we made over in our Discord server. Link to that will be in the description of this video as well as in our channel bio, so feel free to check that when you guys get a chance. But in any case, just want to do an overview of PayPal and give you guys some insight into some of the financials of the company and why you should add that to your long-term portfolio, because we believe that this is something that everyone should add to their portfolio at some point in some level. But in any case, I've been Trade Runner. This is Trading Analytics. If you haven't already, hit that link in the description to sign up with Moomoo to get your chance to get up to 15 free stocks worth up to $2,000. And our link to our Discord will also be in the description of this video. Thanks for watching.